What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. We're back on Modern Warfare Remastered for the second video of the day. I wasn't planning to make a second video of the day just because it was so late by the time I got around to being able to do it. It's like 12:30 as I'm recording this commentary, so this video won't be out till like 1:30 or 2 or something like that. But I thought better of myself. I thought, you know what, there's probably part of my audience that only wants the Modern Warfare Remastered content, and I can't let them down. So forgive me, we're back on free-for-all with the G18, and perhaps I didn't pick the best weapon for today's commentary and my complaint, but we're talking about the weapon sticker in Modern Warfare Remastered. It's kind of difficult to see on the G18 that I'm using here today in my sweaty, campy gameplay, because it's so low on the gun, and it's kind of obscure. It's not really that big of a deal. You can't really see it too well. But on a lot of weapons in this game, the weapon stickers stick out like a sore thumb. They're right on the end of the gun, like they're right towards the end of the gun where you can see them very clearly. They're on like the wide open parts of the gun that you can very, very clearly see. And they clash with camos. They don't really apply super well. And I feel like it's just a cop-out from, they should have probably put kill counters or clan tags or something like that, but they wanted to do something fresh and different, and honestly, it just doesn't work. In my opinion, I think the weapon stickers, it's a cool idea in premise, but when you get it on the weapons, they just look dumb. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like these weapon stickers at all. My biggest problem with the weapon stickers is their application. The way that they're put on the weapons, they're not just stuck on in the shape of the emblem themselves, but the emblem is instead placed inside a square, and then that whole square is placed onto the weapon, causing discoloration around the edges of the emblem, and changing the way that you perceive the weapon camo and the way that you perceive that emblem in general. This applies to emblems in the entire game. All of the emblems, for some reason, they seem like they were built on an emblem editor, say like the Black Ops 3 emblem editor. It feels like all of the emblems in this game were built on that, like inside that gridded square, and they just didn't remove the squared edges. I feel like if they had emblems more like decals or more like patches in this game, like sewn patches, it would make it look a lot more, it would make them look a lot more defined, because they would be larger, and maybe even make them like cover up the calling card, say when you're in a lobby, have them overlap the calling card a little bit, and have them actually shaped as emblems, have the outline erratic and irregular. You know, don't have the outline a square and then put the emblem inside that square and then just color the square a little bit so that it matches the emblem. Like, for example, I know that there's an emblem in this game. It's like a blue knight. There's this knight and he's holding a flag or something and a shield, and he's standing there and he looks really cool. And I was like super excited when I got that emblem because he looked badass. I was like, yes, a blue knight. This guy looks super cool. But then when you put it on your calling card, it's got this big blue square around them. And when you put it on your weapon, there's a big blue square on your weapon now that discolors the camo around it. And then there's this guy in the middle. And it takes away from the emblem itself. So that's my biggest problem, is that they put all their emblems in this game in squares. And it takes away from what the weapon stickers and what the emblems actually mean to me, because instead when I look at it, instead of looking at an emblem and going like, oh, that's really cool, I like how they did that intricate outline or whatever, there's no outline. It's just it's a picture on a square, and what you see first is this big square shape, and it takes away from the definition of each of the emblems. So I don't like how they did that, and I don't like how that actually carried over into weapon stickers. I could understand why it's like that on the calling card, because it kind of fits into the end of the calling card, as the calling card is a rectangle and the square is the same height as a rectangle, so it kind of comes all the way across and it fits into that little shape at the end of the calling card. But when you get it in game, I at least expected them to take the square off when you're in game with the weapon sticker on your weapon, because then it just makes sense. Like, why would you put a big square thing on your gun? I would think that you could get a sticker that has an irregular outline. So that's just the biggest problem that I have with that. And honestly, it misleads your eye into thinking that the camouflage is changing at that point. I know it seems like a huge nitpick, but being a huge camo guy, I'm really enjoying unlocking all the camouflages and looking at them on all the weapons and stuff. When you have a camouflage that goes across, say it's like a digital camouflage, and it's kind of like chess piece sort of erratic, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's checkered, it's kind of all over the place, like with the colors and stuff, and then you get to this square. It feels like it's like a square that should have been on the camo to begin with, and then it has this emblem on the inside, but then it kind of misleads your eye into thinking that it's part of the camouflage, when it really isn't, and then it kind of it brings down the whole camouflage as a whole, because you're looking at this square and it's a discolored square from the rest of the camouflage, and you're looking at like, okay, so this square is just a random differently colored square, and it's got some picture in it. It's just confusing to look at these things. They're hard to see on some weapons. They're hard to make out because although they are very plain and very broad and very easy to see because they're differently colored from the camouflage, they're often on a strange angle with your viewpoint. Like when you inspect your weapon, you're obviously going to see it, but when you're just playing and you see this weird, differently colored little patch on your gun, and it's on this really sharp angle, it's sometimes hard to see, and I don't know, it's really a personal thing that I wanted to express today, just that I don't like the weapon stickers. I don't like what they've done with the, I guess you could call it weapon prestige or whatever, but you can just use these once you hit a certain level on all your weapons. But basically that's what they've done is weapon prestiges. They've changed the weapon prestige rewards from like kill counters and clan tags and all that stuff to weapon stickers, and I just don't like how they've done that. It doesn't fit well with the game. It doesn't suit the game well. And honestly, what do the emblems even mean? Yes, you get emblems for completing challenges, but there's no distinctive emblems that I 100% know that emblem is for that challenge. There's no super cool emblems in this game. There's animated calling cards and stuff. There should be animated emblems and stuff too. If you're going to be putting them on your gun and trying to showcase them, it would be really cool to have like animated emblems or something to go on your gun. Maybe that might have changed my perception. I don't know. One of those words. It would have changed my mind on what the weapon stickers are like on the weapons, but at this point I just feel like they're just a cop-out. I think what Raven was going after is something like a kill counter or a clan tag, but they wanted to be a little bit more creative. They wanted to do their own thing, and it just didn't work. So the weapon stickers, I find them tacky. I don't like to use them. You will not be seeing them in any of my gameplays going forward unless you're seeing a gameplay that I recorded before I recorded the gameplay for this video, but from this point on, I'm not going to be using weapon stickers. No matter how cool the emblem is that I'm using, I won't be putting it on my weapon just because it just doesn't look nice. I would have much preferred a kill counter or a clan tag over these weapon stickers. Tell me what you guys think about the weapon stickers in the comment section down below. Is there a certain emblem camo combination that you use that looks really cool? Definitely let me know, because I can't seem to find an emblem and a camo that really go together just because they're just so drastically different. I don't know what to do with these weapon stickers. So tell me what you do in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.